Hello everyone, my name is Caitlin and welcome back to my channel. So I'm really excited about this week's video because we're talking about non-canon ships, which might be my favorite type of ships to talk about, and so I'm really excited to see what your guys' favorites are. We got over 8,000 responses on the survey, which is awesome. Thank you to everybody who participated. And obviously I'm not able to talk about every single ship that was listed, but I did open a Twitter thread of the top 100 ships, and so if you want to see who made that list, you can click the link in the description down below. But with all that being said, let's just jump right into it.
If a guy doesn't call for a few days, should the girl worry? Do guys do that? You're a guy, right?
Wow.
No, I just mean like, you're my friend. You're not like a guy.
Yeah, it's not really helping. What?
So I really had no idea that Charlie and Mo had such a big fan base, and so I was really surprised to see that they made this list. I think they were number 54 or something on the canon list because they are one of those ships that kind of falls in between of being canon and not canon because they never actually date, but Charlie does state that he has feelings for Mo, and they are also canon in the book, which is something I'd recommend for anybody who ships them, is that you should definitely read the book because they do end up getting together and it's super sweet, which is something I find really interesting that they changed in the movie because I find like that whole best friends to lovers storyline to be very Disney, and so the fact that they changed that I just find really interesting, and I actually really like it. I like that Charlie and Mo don't end up together because it's unexpected and new, and yeah, I understand why people ship Charlie and Mo, and yeah, if they did end up together, I'm sure I would be crazy about it, but I'm happy that they didn't. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'm really curious to read about it, but yeah, that's Charlie and Mo, and they're cute.
Wakacha, hakacha, wakacha, hakacha.
Oh, don't stop because of me.
I was just getting those last minute jitters out. I'm Liv.
Josh, auditioning for Garrison?
Oh.
And does that thing you were doing actually work?
I'm crazy nervous.
Yeah, I mean, it works if you don't mind looking really, really stupid.
Wakacha, hakacha. Wakacha, hakacha.
No. See, you gotta hit the huck a little bit harder. So, wakacha, hakacha.
Wakacha, hakacha. Wakacha, hakacha.
So I knew that Liv and Josh had a following, but I really did not think that they were this popular. But they are one of those ships where I feel like if they did happen on the show, I think I would have really liked them. And I do really like them as a ship just because they are so non-canon. Like, I don't think either of them really showed a romantic interest in the other, and so that just makes imagining what they would have been like together that much more fun. And it's kind of cool to think about it because they both play characters on their show that have romantic feelings for each other, and so it's kind of cool to imagine what that would have been like in their actual world and how those feelings could have transformed. And then in like a hypothetical universe where Holden doesn't exist, it's kind of cool to think about something happening where, like, I don't know, Maddie and Diggy get back together, and so Josh is heartbroken, and then Liv starts to realize that she has feelings for him. Like, that would have been cool. I would have been about that. And also just the fact that they introduced Josh as a character and he's like the perfect guy. He's so sweet. And then for him not to end up with anybody in the end just makes me sad. And so I can get behind Liv and Josh, and I definitely see why people ship them.
Well, I'm trying my best, but that little royal pain in the butt knows his way around a noodle. Okay, new plan. Run! New plan. Zach, win! What am I gonna do? I mean, I'm not just gonna get mad jousting skills. Zach, I believe in you.
Now go get him, Tiger.
So I haven't watched The Sweet Life in a while, and so I really wasn't sure if I should include Zach and Maddie on the poll because of that age difference. Like, I don't remember how big of a gap it was. I think it was about 3 years or so. But then I watched this clip and I was like, I guess it's okay. Like, Disney wouldn't have them kiss if it wasn't okay. But then it's also like they kissed, so does that make them canon? Like, they were always sort of canon because Zach had feelings for her that Maddie didn't reciprocate, but then she was the one who initiated the kiss, and so it's like, does she have feelings for him, or was the kiss just for the moment? I don't know. It's weird to think about. But Zach and Maddie is one of those ships that I feel like could work even farther down the line where the age gap is even less of a big deal, especially because Zach just always felt like he had such genuine feelings for her. Like, I don't think it was an infatuation sort of thing. Like, he always genuinely seemed to care. The one scene that really comes to mind when I think about Zach and Maddie is that prom scene where they have that really nice conversation and they dance together, and it's like actually super sweet. And so yeah, I feel like I can get behind Zach and Maddie, especially because Zach and Maya were an endgame. Like, I don't know, maybe in a couple of years he meets up with Maddie again and then they get together. I think that that could be really sweet. But part of me does still feel like it is a little bit weird to ship them just because that age gap was so important in the beginning of the show. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know down below what you guys think about Zach and Maddie, because yeah, I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say.
What's my name?
Uma. No.
So I remember after I watched Descendants 2 for the first time, I honestly thought that Uma and Harry would be together by the third movie. After going back and rewatching it, I feel like that was mainly because of the What's My Name scene. Like, Uma and Harry were constantly giving each other like really intimate looks, I feel like, throughout the song, and it was really cute. And so I just assumed that they would get together. And then now, after seeing the third movie, I feel like I really like their friendship, but I could just be saying that because I really like the idea of Harry and Audrey together. I don't know, I just think that that would be really interesting. But I do see why people like Harry and Uma together, especially because of that scene near the end of the movie where they almost kiss, which I'm still confused about to this day as to why Uma said, "What's my name?" Like, it seemed like she was saying it as a way to tell him to knock it off, saying like, "Pay attention to me," but then when he does pay attention to her, she's like, "No." But then it's like, maybe she's saying no because she doesn't want to just be another one of the girls that he's pining after. And so I don't really know about that scene or what is going on there. I think it's kind of weird, but I do still like Uma and Harry, and I think they are pretty cute.
See? Life works out better if you don't get your hopes up. Sean will get back together with his ex-girlfriend. Pluto is not a planet anymore, and my mom and me are just my mom and me.
Pluto is a planet.
Sorry, Riley, but you're the only one who says it is.
You heard them tell the story, Maya. There was a time when my father was the only one who knew he and my mother would always be together, even when everyone else said that they wouldn't. He knew. And so do I. And so does your mother. Because she's right. Dream dreams, Maya. You're going to get everything you want in life.
How is it possible that you can still have hope for me?
Hey, I have hope for something 4 billion miles away. You have always been right here.
So if you've been following my channel for a while now, then you'd probably know that I've never really shipped Riley and Maya. I've personally always seen their relationship as something more platonic. Like, I know that they say a lot of stuff that's like super over the top and could be taken in a romantic way, but I say a lot of that stuff as well with my best friend Jackie. Like, she's my other half, she's my person, and I love her, but that doesn't mean that I'm in love with her. I don't know, I've just always seen Riley and Maya's relationship as being very similar to mine and Jackie's, and so maybe that's why I have a hard time seeing them as anything more than platonic, because I relate our relationships together. But in making this video, I really wanted to do the ship justice because I know it is really important to a lot of people. And so I went back and rewatched some of their scenes together and tried to view it from like a Riley and Maya shipper's point of view. And I can definitely see it. They say a lot of stuff to each other that's super adorable. And I feel like if you were to watch some of these scenes under the impression that they get together by the end of the show or that they're together during that time, I feel like it would make sense. Like, they definitely say a lot of stuff that it's like, wow, they're in love. And I think it's kind of funny that during all of the triangle drama, the writers are really pushing the fact that the Riley and Maya relationship is the one that's the most important, because I feel like they almost took it too far in a way, to the point where like they're the ones that everyone feels like should just end up together, which like I can see it. They are pretty cute together.
Something's wrong. Ugh, bricks made of plastic, the natural enemy of magic. What are we gonna do now?
You want to kiss a little bit?
Come again?
You know, a little smoochy smooch. I won't tell anyone.
Alex is about to join a revolution to overtake the entire wizard world, and you're asking me to kiss?
Sure.
So I feel like this one's kind of similar to Liv and Josh in the sense that if they were to have happened on the show, I think it could have been really interesting. Like, I know that Harper's crush was a bit over the top at times, but I do still think they had a lot in common and that their personalities would have worked really well together. And I think the fact that she ends up with Zeke just kind of showcases that, because Justin and Zeke are so similar and they do have that common interest in silent movies and stuff. And I don't know, I just have this weird feeling that Harper would have been really good for Justin. And as much as I love Juliet, I think it could have been a really interesting plot line if like Harper and Zeke got together and then Justin realizes that he's had feelings for her all along, and then Harper's like, dude, where you been? I finally moved on and then now you're interested in me? I don't know, I feel like it could have been a good plot twist, and so yeah, they're definitely a ship that I can get behind.
Mom said if a boy can't see the beauty within, then he's not worth it. Can you believe it? What world does she live in?
Oregon.
Mal, do you like?
Yeah, it's cute. Brings out your eyes.
I know.
I'll never get a boyfriend.
Boyfriends are overrated.
And how would you know, Mal? You've never had one.
It's because I don't need one, E. They're a waste of time.
So Mal and Evie is a ship that I personally have always loved. I feel like they would be such a power couple, especially after reading the prequel book to the first movie where you find out that they used to be enemies. I feel like it just adds to their whole love story, you know? I don't know, I can see it. Especially after watching the Space Between music video, or the I Love You scene in Descendants 3, or even the scene I decided to include in this video. I feel like if you watch that scene under the impression that they're in love and together, it makes sense. And so yeah, I like Mal and Evie and I definitely ship it.
I lost everything, Dez. My record deal, my fame, best friend. I don't have anybody. All alone.
You're not all alone. I'm still here for you.
You're right. All this time, I thought you were just my assistant. But it turns out, you were really...
Friend?
I think we both know you're more than just a friend.
So I'm really sorry to anyone who does ship Trish and Dez, but they are one ship that I personally just cannot get behind. And I feel like I should mention for anyone who maybe hasn't watched Austin and Ally in a while that scene I chose to include was a dream sequence. I cut it right at the point where like they all start freaking out. And now that I'm thinking of it, I feel like there was never a point in the show where Trish and Dez were hinted at and someone didn't reply with like, "ew, gross." But then it's kind of interesting to think about how that "ew, gross" could have maybe turned into something more. I don't know, I don't ship it. I feel like it would have been too generic if they got together, but then I do see how like they did have a nice friendship, and then how Trish would kind of tease Dez and how they both liked alien movies. And so yeah, I can see why people like them, but I personally don't. I think they have a good friendship, but I'm happy that they never got together.
If you want to play ball, then grab a mitt. But I don't dance.
You don't think dancing takes some game?
You got game?
Little?
Now, if these two Lovebirds weren't on this list, I would have been very upset. I don't think that there is a hetero explanation as to why they switched clothes in the second movie. Like, I don't think that they intended to make it seem like they slept together, but they definitely did. That is canon now, because I say so. And clearly you guys do too, which is cool. I think it's kind of funny how they really only have like a couple scenes in the second movie and are now like one of the most popular ships. Like, the power that they have is just unmatched, and they're adorable and I love them, and they're endgame now, and I'm really happy for them.
You can't tell anybody.
I will unless you do.
Why?
Because we are growing up. And I don't know how to handle these feelings we're feeling. But I do know that we don't lie to each other. We don't lie to each other, Riley.
You're right. This is really hard, and maybe I just need some time.
I'm always here for you.
I love you, Farkle.
And I love you. Now go on your date.
Ready?
For the previews of coming attractions?
Yeah, I'm sure we're all wondering what happens now.
So So you guys know that I love riarkle as much as the next person. I talk about them a lot on my channel, but I don't know, I was a little bit disappointed that they were #1 on this list. Maybe that's just because I feel like there were so many ships I didn't even get to talk about that I really was looking forward to talking about. Like Jay and Gil from Descendants, I feel like should be on this list. Who else? Mac and Layla from Teen Beach, definitely, they're in love. Marissa and Casey, I feel like we're also very in love. And Jonah and Cyrus, I feel like are another good one. And Andy and Amber are definitely a good one. And I feel like I've talked about riarkle so many times, but whatever, you guys picked them as your #1. So let's talk about them. They are really cute and I really like their relationship, and I feel like there was a lot of hints to them being together in the end of it. Like they were subtle, but I feel like they were there. And I also just feel like it would have been such a better ending if they ended up together. Like I can just imagine a scene where like they kiss and it's like, you know? Like it would have been such a surprise, but I just feel like they would have made such a cute little couple. And also just because Riley and Lucas, boring. Farkle and Smackle, cute, but also a little bit boring. And I just feel like Riley and Farkle were so in love. I also just feel like their friendship would have blossomed beautifully into a romantic relationship. And so apparently you guys do too, which is cool. And so that is your #1 most voted for non-canon Disney Channel ship. But I want to know down below if you voted for Riley and Farkle, or if you voted for another ship that was on this list, or maybe a ship that made the top 100. Let me know down below. I can't wait to read all about it. Anyways, guys, my name is Caitlin. You can follow me everywhere at caitlovesdisney. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. But that's all I say for today. I hope you'll have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. That was the most fastest intro I've ever done in my life. It was like, but let's be honest, I talk fast throughout my whole videos anyways, and so no one ever knows what I'm saying because I talk so freaking fast. I don't know why I talk fast. I just do. I just talk really fast. It just kind of comes out, and I'm saying stuff, and I just,